Hey guys, what is up? It is Jason Flego here, and I want to ask specifically a question of all of my entrepreneurs and my business owners out there, in my network. So I want to ask you guys, what are some of the challenges that you are currently facing in running your business? Because I am looking at starting to generate some more content focused around the idea of what are some pieces of content, what are some pieces of learning materials I can provide with you guys that will help you make your business more successful. If you would please comment in the comment section below of some things that you would like to hear, some solutions to the problems that you're facing. Because with my background, I've worked with people like the John Maxwell company, the Ziegler Corporation, Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, worked with Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels as an affiliate, worked with Ryan Levesque from the Ask Method. So, I want to know what are some things, what are some of the challenges that you're facing where, I might be able to create some content, create some materials for you guys to help you succeed a little bit better. Some of the things I've got, that I'm kind of already thinking about are, how to create a successful brand that helps you stand out from your competition, that really, allows you to kind of connect with other people on an emotional level. So that's one of the things. The idea of branding is something I've been thinking about. The idea of leadership, how to be a better leader and how to lead, potentially a team that you might be leading with your own company. As entrepreneurs, as business owners, even as managers, you interact with other people. Being a new parent as well, I'm leading a family. So, things like that, leadership kind of spills out into other areas as well. And then, sales and lead generation, working with some of these people like, of course, Zig Ziglar's content, basically the person who took sales from being a bad profession to be involved in to turning it on its head, and sales is something to be proud of, to help other people to he's famous for saying to sell is to serve, or he's famous for one of my favorite quotes actually is, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. Love that quote. Again, it's my favorite quote. So the idea of helping equip you guys with sales, lead gen tools, materials is an option. The idea of a specific framework for how to grow your business is something I've also been thinking about doing. And then the other one that kind of came on the radar recently is helping companies implement the Gary V content strategy. And what that really is the idea of the Gary Vee content strategy is taking pillar content. So that's large pieces of content. That might be like an audio podcast, a speech, something that's like an hour to 2 hours long. Might be a video that was recorded of you, and that is broken down into micro content. So one of those pillar content pieces might be micro content, which is it might be 10 blog posts, 10 short videos, something like that. And then from there, you develop out your social media posts, and that might be 50 posts to 100 posts. So you literally take one piece of content, and you might have 3 months to 6 months worth of content from literally just a few hours worth of work, or a handful of hours worth of work. So that's something else I've been thinking about, how to create content that attracts your ideal customer and gets them to convert. You're delivering value to them. And then the other one, reading Jim Collins' book From Good to Great, the idea of what separates the successful people, successful companies from non-successful companies. What are the successful companies doing that your company may not be doing, and how can you implement them into your company to really stand apart from your competition? Let's see, we've got Eric said, motivation. That's really important. Definitely, I'll add that to the list. Lisa Black said, hi, Lisa. Lisa Black said, follow up. Mark said getting told no over and over, how to get your head back. Yeah, I actually just did a live video, Mark, about this, talking about how last week I was going through a period of like depression and was really down because I've been pushing really hard to try to lock in some deals here, and all of them fell through. And then, I was kind of facing some other things going on in life and just felt really depressed. And, I kind of reinvigorated myself by just going on a long run, a long walk, and really did some internalized thinking, deep thought on, how can I go from here? What's happened in the past is done. What can I learn from it and take some steps to, continue moving forward? So I actually started running a lot more recently, got back into my daily journaling to look at my goals and kind of continue to move forward. So yeah, thank you, Mark, for that. Really important. Lisa mentioned marketing on a budget. Yeah, really important. There's a lot of people in that boat because, as entrepreneurs, we all start somewhere. So what are some of the first steps that, you can take? I always call it the low-hanging fruit. What's some of the low-hanging fruit you can take right now to generate some results that, you can use to invest into continuing to grow, grow your company. Lisa mentioned again, best way to network. That is actually something really important that I'm really realizing a lot of people don't talk about. The idea of how do you network really effectively. My good friend Chris Borja is the creator of Become a Better Networker. We're actually talking right now on, figuring out a way to kind of get his message out there more because, whether we like it or not, schools are not teaching people how to become a better networker. I went through an MBA program. They never really talked about how do you network, how do you build positive relationships with other people and add value to them. So yeah, it's something that's very needed. I really like hearing that. So yeah, what are some of the other things, other challenges? Getting back to my list, another one I've been thinking about doing is how to build a platform. And platform to me is more than just a website. When I was the digital director with Story Builders out of Atlanta, Georgia, we talked about the idea of a platform. A website is part of a platform, but it's that idea of what is your brand? What is that authenticity piece? What do you have? What is that message that you have that separates you from other people? And then how does that story impact, building out a website? How does that story impact writing a book? How does that story impact your blog posts, your guest blog posts, your social media? Because I like to say, I wrote an article published in Marketing and Growth Hacking a few months ago talking about, Forbes recently mentioned in one of their own articles that 8 out of 10 businesses started will fail within the first 5 years. And they gave a list, of reasons. But in my opinion, those reasons that they gave are symptoms. They're not the underlying disease of why those businesses fail. And I argue it's a breakdown of 3 main areas. One is your brand story. So that is who you are as the leader. That's the team you surround yourself with. And that's the story the authentic story that you are trying to tell that separates you from your competition. Then the second is your brand position. So that's what you do and how you do it. You might be a home waterproofing company. So how do you do that? How can you improve that? What are some systems or analytics that you can put into place? Your key performance indicators, your KPIs that you can improve what you do and how you do it. And then your brand journey. Who is your ideal customer? How do you connect with them? How do you deliver so much value to them? And they continue to come back to you wanting more. So that's the idea of a value ladder. What is that thing that you get people in from first interaction and you lead them up where you deliver more value to them, but they might be giving you more money. And then at the end of it, you have your ultra premium level, where it's a lot of money to them, but you're giving them so much more value at the end of it. So, those 3 areas, I always argue, in this case, the article, which you can check out on medium.com, just by searching my name. But the my perspective is that a lot of companies fail because they don't maintain a balance of those three areas. So I might actually do another piece of content and release that to you guys, the entrepreneurs and business owners, because I think that's a lot of information that people do not know. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, maintaining the balance in those three areas is so important. I talked recently at the Nash Distribution annual spring training event, which is a spring training event for business owners in the contract home improvement, home waterproofing, foundation repair space. Just talking about how to use marketing to grow your business, and I gave that kind of perspective there. So, but yeah, real quick on a kind of a poll, if you would. Based on some of the question I just asked you, what are some of the challenges that you're facing? Again, I'm trying to create some content that would be really valuable to you guys, and help you ultimately succeed. You guys all want to get somewhere. You have something you want to accomplish, somewhere you want to go, and we all have obstacles. We all are facing challenges. So I want to create some pieces of content, some pieces of material that I can give to you guys that helps you kind of go around those obstacles and to continue to move forward on accomplishing the goals that you have. So that's branding, leadership, sales and lead generation, learning how to grow your business. Lisa mentioned the how to grow your business on how do you do marketing on a budget, that kind of thing. Motivation was another good one that I heard. The content marketing piece, the Gary V content strategy. How can you kind of get your message out there that separates yourself from your competition? What do good companies have that separates them from all the other companies? Again, Jim Collins is kind of good to great information. And then how to build a platform. One of my mentors actually out in Seattle was like, with your background to being a pretty successful athlete, there's a lot of athletes out there that have a message that they want to share, and they just don't know how to build a platform. So he actually, kind of pushed me, motivated me to create possibly some content around that. How do you create a platform as an athlete where you can share your story, you can positively impact the lives of other people, and you can actually make a living, doing that. So that's something else I've kind of been turning, around in my head a little bit to think about doing. But anyway, I'm going to end this live video here. But if there's any other questions that you guys have, please comment in the comment section. I'm here to try to, deliver as much value to you guys as I can. In my previous live video I actually just did a little bit ago, I talked about staying positive. How do you guys stay positive? And unfortunately, social media tends to be a place where we focus on the negativity. The idea that we feel more alone, I think, in social media, using social media rather than bringing us together. And I think we should use social media to really lift people up and encourage each other rather than kind of focusing on the negativity and nitpicking and that kind of thing. So, and then, yeah, real quick, I wanted to share, if you guys are entrepreneurs, business owners, highly recommend checking out Grow Like a Pro, one of the podcasts and video shows that I do with Adam Bankhurst. We interview amazing entrepreneurs and leaders in different spaces. We've interviewed people from venture capital to marketing, branding, a subscription box company, a professional like classical singer. A lot of amazing people doing amazing things, but the whole goal is to share the tips, tools, and techniques to help you guys, grow like a pro. So highly recommend checking that out. You can find it at growlikeaproshow.com. But again, I'm here to help add value to you guys as much as you can and overcome those challenges that you're facing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't hesitate to send me a message or comment on the video. Really appreciate all of you guys, and remember to keep moving forward. Thank you guys, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.